Journey. Don't Stop Believin, the anthem of endless hope. Hi guys! Today, we are going to look at the story behind Don't Stop Believin by Journey. This is the story of a song that started in hard times, found its shape in the studio, faded for a while, and then came back into the world in a much bigger way. We will follow that path from the 1970s to the present day. The key idea is simple. This is a song that kept moving from one life to another. Chapter 1. The Struggling Artist. Back in the 1970s, Jonathan Cain was living in Los Angeles, but he was far from success. He was poor and had to get by with small jobs and shop work. Money was tight, and old debt was always there in the back of his mind. Some days, his dream felt weak, but he still tried to hold out. Then he needed a loan, so he called his father. What his father said was simple, but it was enough to encourage him. Jonathan wrote those words in a small notebook, and they stayed with him. This is a quiet beginning, but it matters a lot. The song does not start in a big studio or on a bright stage. It starts in a hard life, where one small sentence can stay with a person for years. A few words in this part are worth checking. First, debt. Debt means money that you still have to pay back. Here, it shows that Jonathan's life was under real pressure. His dream was there, but money trouble was there too. Next, loan. A loan is money that someone gives you and expects back later. Here, Jonathan needed a loan, so he called his father. That small need leads to a very important moment in the story. Finally, encourage. To encourage someone means to give that person hope or strength. Here, his father's words encouraged him. They gave him something to carry with him. The phrasal verbs matter too. First, get by. To get by means to live with only a little and still keep going. Here, Jonathan had to get by with small jobs and shop work. It gives us the feeling of a narrow and difficult life. Second, hold out. To hold out means to keep going and not give up, even when things are hard. Here, he still tried to hold out. That matters because the dream is weak, but it is not gone. Okay. Keep those words in mind, because they carry the feeling of this first chapter. Here is the story again, this time with a smoother flow. In the late 1970s, Jonathan Cain was living in Los Angeles, but success still felt far away. He wanted to make it in music, yet his real life was full of small jobs and shop work just to get by. Money was always tight, and debt stayed on his mind. Some days were hard, but he kept holding on to his dream. Then he needed a loan, so he called his father. That phone call became an important moment, because his father gave him more than help with money. He gave him words that stayed in Jonathan's heart, and Jonathan wrote them down in a small notebook. And here are his own words. "I was barely making ends meet," my father said. "I believe the greatest blessing is just around the corner." That quote gives this chapter its real weight. The song begins with money trouble, but it also begins with a father's voice. From here, those words start to turn into music.